Hello friends, my name is CA Mohit Gupta and you are watching our channel eTech Helpline. So yesterday we covered a couple of topics, latest updates in GST and new thing need to be done on new financial year. But today in this video we will specifically discuss about TDS rates under Income Tax Act for previous year 2021-22 means assessment year 2022-23 in simple words for financial year 2021-22. So let's talk about TDS rates. First of all, section 192 it talks about salary, TDS on salary. So normal slab rates will be applicable. However, two slab rates are available for each salaried person, new slab rate and old slab rates. Then section 192A. 192A talks about TDS on withdrawal of EPF. So the limit is ceiling limit is 50,000 and TDS rate is 10%. If no PAN card will be provided, TDS rate will be 20%. Then TDS on interest on securities. Ceiling limit is 2500 rupees for the full financial year and TDS rate is 10%. Then section 194 dividend other than dividend mentioned in section 115. So TDS on dividend ceiling is 5000 and TDS rate is 10%. Then section 194A TDS on interest other than interest on securities. Ceiling limit is 40,000 and TDS rate is 10%. If no PAN is provided, TDS rate will be 20%. For senior citizen, ceiling limit is 50,000 instead of 40,000. Then section 194B talks about TDS on winning from lotteries and TDS rate is flat 30% for companies, individuals as well as no PAN provided situation. Then comes the important part, section 194C. 194C payment to contractors including transporters not covered under section 44 AE. Ceiling limit is 30,000 for single payment and 1 lakh for the total payments covered in a full financial year. So TDS rate is 1% for individual HUF and 2% for others. In case no PAN is provided, TDS rate is 20%. For transporter covered under section 44 AE, if declaration is received from the transporter, then deductor have the situation of non-deducting the TDS. However, that transaction need to be shown in the TDS return. Then comes to section 194H. So we are covering the important sections which are covered in regular lives by most of the business persons. Section 194H talks about commission or brokerage, TDS on commission or brokerage. The ceiling limit is rupees 15,000 and TDS rate is 5%. Then section 194I TDS on rent. So here we have multiple bifurcation. First one is renting of plant and machinery. Ceiling limit for full financial year is 2,40,000. TDS rate is 2% for individual HUF, 2% for other than individual HUF. Then section 194 IB renting of land or building or furniture or fittings. Ceiling limit is 2,40,000 for the full financial year and TDS rate is 10%. Please mind there is no concessional TDS rate with effect from 1st of April 2021. It has ended on 31st of March 2021. So TDS rate is 10%. Then section 194 IA. It talks about TDS on sale of immovable property. So if the value of property exceeds 50 lakh rupees, then TDS will be 1% for individual HUF as well as other than individual HUF. Then comes to payment of rent by individual or HUF not eligible for tax audit. So if an individual or HUF giving rent to some person and the individual is not liable to tax audit, then they are supposed to deduct TDS under section 194 IB at the rate of 5% and the ceiling limit is 50,000 per month. So if the rental income expenditure exceeds 50,000 per month, then TDS of 5% is required to be deducted, and this is once in a year, not monthly, quarterly, but once in a year. Then comes to section 194J. So under section 194J, we have two separate brackets. One is for 2%, second is for 10%. The ceiling limit is 30,000 for both the brackets. If recipient is engaged in business of operation of call center, or if payment is made for fees for technical services other than professional services, then the TDS rate is 2%, not 10%. However, for all other cases, TDS rate is 10%. So please let me repeat again. If the payment is for call center or for technical services other than professional services, TDS rate is 2%. Otherwise, the TDS rate is 10%. Now comes to section 194M. 194M talks about civil, in general civil contract. So payment of commission, brokerage, contractual fees, professional fees all together to a resident person by an individual or HUF who is not liable to deduct TDS under section 194C, H and J. It clearly means a person who is not liable to deduct TDS under Income Tax Act and is making payment for more than 50 lakhs to some individual person, either for any commission, brokerage, contractual fees or professional fees, then in that case he is supposed to deduct TDS at the rate of 5%. At the rate of 5%. So section 194M literally covers contractual works, contractor works, job works, works contract, civil contract works. Generally, because 50 lakhs payments is a huge amount of payment by any individual graduate. Then comes to the cash withdrawal. It's an important part, section 194N. So if you withdraws cash from your account, then it has been instructed to the bank to deduct TDS. How they will deduct? 2% of TDS in case if cash withdrawal exceeds 1 crore. So if the cash withdrawal exceeds 1 crore, then bank will deduct 2% TDS after it exceeds 1 crore. However, if assessee has not furnished returns for last 3 years and cash withdrawal exceeds 20%, then in that case TDS rate is also 20%. So presuming first situation, returns have been filed for all 3 previous assessment years, then in that situation 2% TDS will attract after crossing the limit of 1 crore cash withdrawal. But in case returns for 3 previous year is not filed, then in that case 2% TDS will start deducting after the cash withdrawal exceeds 20 lakh rupees. Third situation, if the assessee has not furnished return for last 3 assessment year and cash withdrawal exceeds rupees 1 crore, then TDS rate is 5%. So returns have been filed, no TDS from rupees 1 to 1 crore, however 2% after 1 crore. That is the one situation. And second situation, return not filed for last 3 years, then in that case no TDS from 0 to rupees 20 lakhs. From 20 lakhs to 1 crore, TDS rate is 2%. After 1 crore, TDS rate will be 5%. So this is the slab for TDS in case of cash withdrawals. Now comes to section 194O, TDS by e-commerce operator. So if the payment exceeds 5 lakh rupees during a particular financial year, 1% TDS is supposed to be deducted by e-commerce operator of the persons using that e-commerce platform. Then section 194Q, TDS on purchase of goods. It will be effective from 1st of July 2021, and this is somewhere correlated with TCS on sale receipts. TCS on receipts against sale of goods. So it is somewhere correlated with that. So 50 lakhs is the selling limit and it is applicable on taxpayers having turnover more than rupees 10 crore in the previous financial year. TDS rate is 0.10%. So this section was introduced by Finance Act 2021, provides for the deduction of TDS by person responsible for paying any sum to any resident for purchase of goods at the rate of 0.1%. The threshold limit is for rupees 50 lakhs, applicable when total sales or gross receipts or turnover from the business carried or exceed rupees 10 crore during the previous financial year in which the purchase of goods is carried out. So please appreciate, if we are talking about financial year 2021-22, if my turnover for previous financial year 2020-21 exceeds 10 crore, then in the current year I have to deduct TDS for all the procurements made more than 50 lakhs during current financial year. So there will come some FAQs for this, definitely, that whether GST will be included, non-including. However, purchase value generally means excluding GST. Then there is section 195, which talks about payment to non-residents. There are various slab rates for different kind of payments altogether there. Then section 206AB. So this is a new section. If any person has not filed income tax return, his TDS will be deducted at double the rate. His TDS will be deducted at double the normal rate if he is not filing income tax return, and TDS is going to be deducted. So please appreciate, if any person income on, if any TDS is deducted on any income of any person, then it is better to file the income tax return even the income is below taxable rate, because government is compulsing them to file the return by deducting double tax. The TDS on non-filer of ITR at higher rates. This section shall not apply where the tax is required to be deducted under section 192 salary, 194B, 194BB, 194LBC or 194N, which is also by the bank. The residents Indian are liable to pay twice the rate specified in the relevant section, or twice the rate or rate in force, or the rate 5%, whichever is higher. It is not worthy after considering cess at the rate of 4% and shall increase by applicable surcharge also. So 5% is excluding cess and surcharge. So friends, these were the important TDS rates. If you have any query, you please let us know. Please like the video, please subscribe the channel, and please share the video. Thank you friends.